Okay.
Okay. So while we're doing this, anything interesting happened today?
Um, yeah, but I think similar to you, it's not stuff I want to talk about
Oh, okay.
on on stream. It's like meetings and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Um, yeah,
What
my
do you find about
mentor.
the?
So
Oh, your mentor, your clown mentor. That's
yeah,
in
so
clown
yeah,
college,
exactly.
everybody.
No, so this guy I've been working with from Boston was up this whole week, and so I was working with him. He's pretty funny. He's like this retired Bostonian
From Baston.
from Boston. Yeah, yeah. He makes fun of East Bostonians more than anybody. He's like, "Park the car." Pretty fun. Okay, I'm good to go.
Yeah, I know you are. I'm putting in Discords. Remember?
Oh yeah, right.
I'm
You're
glad that
trying to
you're.
get
I'm glad that you're ready, though.
people to come watch this garbage.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, it's not garbage. We're trying our best. Okay, so three. Okay, I'm gonna count down to zero and hit P. Okay.
Be on zero.
Yeah. So three,
Okay.
2, 1, 0. So spawning in the top left in Discord, he's Wild Adam. On StarCraft, he's a name I don't know how to pronounce. Kaunima, I guess. It is Easy Dunk Kaunima. Is that how you would say that?
Sure. I think you did a great job. And in the bottom right, it is the green Zerg representing SC Swarm, the cell.
Now, County Ma actually sounds very. Oh, we got a cheese going on here. But County Ma actually sounds very like Mandarin, very Putonghua. Like ni is you, ma is indicating a question. I don't know what uh cow is. So I don't know if anyone who speaks.
How Kaunima reminds me of Kalima, like from the Temple of Doom when they pull the guy's heart out.
Oh, maybe that's
Oh,
what
we're
it
seeing
means.
some cheese right off the get-go. I love it.
Hmm. I see. Papa Panda's in
Very-
chat. Papa Panda, I know you're from Taiwan. Do you speak Mandarin? I'm not actually sure. And if you do, am I anywhere on track here? I'm just curious. Something else actually that I learned here, Maddie, is that
Yeah.
if you hold Shift Z, you go like super far away with the camera. I didn't know you could do it.
Oh my God.
I know it's
It's
so
like
cool. So
it's
you
like
could,
StarCraft One
yeah.
far away. Although maybe that's even closer. I don't remember. It's been a while since I played.
I have
But
no idea, but you go Turkle Z, Shift Z, and then there you are, kind of thing. Okay, so Papa Panda says that it is Mandarin. So boy, my Mandarin still pretty good. It's there. My Mandarin is
you're
still there.
you know about words and patterns of speech. You
Yeah,
know,
exactly.
you
So
are a Mandarin teacher after all.
I am not a Mandarin teacher, but I did teach Jay how to call people his son. I think maybe I did that.
That I mean, Papa Panda says it means "f your mom."
Oh,
Beautiful.
nice.
The pool just finished, so it was hatch first from Cell.
Yeah, and actually, Sal is actually getting a little unlucky too, because he's going for like the third base where he's even scouting. There's no
Ah,
natural and still taking the third
yeah.
base. So I
Oh, this Overlord, I think moving out now is probably gonna catch it.
yeah, but I mean I didn't check how long these replays are, but I was pretty sure this series is longer than I think it is. But I really don't know how this is going to turn into anything other than just an immediate win from Wild Adam.
This queen is gonna hold it down here, or it's gonna
I
get.
mean, that's not the SCV micro that you want of not doing anything, but I feel like this is still not good. Like, it doesn't matter that the SCV wasn't doing anything. Drones are going to get pulled. I do like this wraparound for the links, though. Oh, actually, you know what? That was an excellent drone surround, and maybe this actually
Yeah,
is
I
an
mean,
excellent hold from the cell.
I think he's. I mean, it looks like he held it. We got another group of Marines gathering outside the natural, but
Yeah.
let's
Wild Adam
see.
doesn't know about that third,
Ooh.
and he's also not attacking that Overlord that's just idling over his
Yeah,
because that could
it's a
be
lot
a
of free vision, right?
free hundo minerals right there.
Yeah. Not gonna supply block the cell. He's got a lot of overlords out already.
Hmm. And
But
Wild Adam doesn't have any gases, which he's taking them now, but like he can't really transition out of this. Not that this is really a transition outable like thing, but like it's all relative, right? Like if you do enough damage to your opponent, technically anything is transitionable because they're slightly in a worse position than you are, sort of thing, you know?
Yeah, sure. Well, let's see if this spore or spine crawler rather lands.
Yeah, moving the spine crawler down can always be a little dangerous because that's when the Marines can focus it down. But
Yeah.
Zerglings having speed is pretty nice, but I don't actually think Wild Adam really lost anything there. The Queen does have a transfuse, so it can keep the spine
Oh.
alive. There it is.
Yeah.
But that's the only one it has. So that one's going to go down, and I mean, that spine did get a ton of kills. But I feel like this hatch is done for, and I don't know
Oh.
why Wild Adam would be flying this barracks over. Like, what's he want to see? There's a Ling counterattack, which, as long as it doesn't derp out too hard, might actually do a fair amount of damage here because Wild Adam literally has nothing at home. And he's taking a command center, not getting a factory, which I think you
Ooh.
normally see a factory follow-up after this.
Yeah, I mean, factory would make sense to me. You know, even just a couple Hellions would make pretty quick work of any Zerg
Yeah,
units
that you
trying
would be
to.
expecting.
Yeah.
So yeah, a bunch
What's
of things getting pulled, or sorry, a bunch of SCVs being pulled off work, and Wild Adam doesn't have a ton to begin with because he's not building any. And I think this is, quote, held? I don't, oh, actually maybe not. If you just run up and
Oh, the
YOLO through
Queen
here.
survives.
Wow!
I can't believe that Queen survived.
What, it was like 5 HP maybe? And Wild Adam's gotta think that he's got this. Okay, he sees the base now. So, that was kind of the saving grace that I think the cell had, was that he still had that base there.
I mean, it was unfortunate, but for good reason that he only really had 2 drones secretly mining minerals. He was dealing with a lot in the main.
Yeah, but you have to remember that the hatch is also a production structure for Zerg.
That's true.
So like, while it's nice to have that extra 2 mining, it's also nice to have something that's producing lings a little bit, like with a little bit more larva and things like that.
I guess what I mean is he wasn't building an offshore economy of drones,
Yeah,
like
it wasn't
rallying to that mineral line or anything like that.
a secret.
But
Ninja hold.
I don't think that was secret exactly. But I don't think that was an option for him.
No, I don't think so either. Especially in the situation that he was in, and like, Wild Adam's at full saturation now. He's getting his factory. He's gonna come home with whatever Marines he has, and depending on the micro here, I think the cell can actually clean up all of these Marines. Like if they're just kind of walked into these lings without
Yeah,
like
sure, right?
without a way to decrease the surface area. So we'll have to see how this goes. If they just kind of like clump up down the ramp, I don't think that the Lings have a chance. The Lings have to kind of start reacting now. Yeah, and he's just gonna run instead. I think that's fine. I think it's fine.
Yeah, so at this precise moment, I don't know who I like more. The losses seem to be pretty even,
Yeah.
in terms of resources. So I think now we transition into
Yeah.
into the mid game in style. Like
Yeah. This is a real game. I like the scan coming down from Wild Adam to see if there's a lair. I mean, there hypothetically, actually, probably couldn't be a lair in the Nat since he's left. So yeah, I mean, scan to see if your opponent's one base layering or not. I wonder if he's gonna send out scouting marines, kind of like what the cell just tried to do, and then he F2'd them all to like the third base location, which is a little unfortunate because I was just about to talk about how much I liked these scouting lings. Uh, so yeah, Wild Adam in the Discord chat did say that he liked some different or strange, interesting Terran strategies. So like, I don't exactly know what to expect from him. This is our first time casting him in this tournament, but it's looking relatively like this is big air quotes, but relatively normal. Like it's gonna just be bio mined. That's what it looks like to me. And the cell might be able to do a fair amount of damage here. There's nothing really to tank for the Ravagers though, so but it doesn't matter because there's so many links. Ravagers are kind of papery once they don't have anything in front of them, you know? But you need more Marines than that, and it'd be more preferable to have Stim, of course. I think that the cell could have stayed and biled those depots, tried to do a little bit of damage somewhere along. Like, I don't think he had to necessarily leave, but it's always nice to just stop your opponent from mining his natural even longer there.
I agree. Yeah, I forget what's his name? Something Adam?
Wild Adam. Wild Adam.
Wild Adam. Well, I'm looking at his other name and now I know what it means, so I don't
Yeah.
want to say it.
Yeah.
But yeah, really oversaturated in the main now. I think probably pretty thirsty to get out in the natural.
Oh, geez, that's like super saturated. 22 out of
Yeah.
he has more workers than a Zerg, which is like pretty much the situation that a Terran would love to be in. Like if you ask, like 9 times out of 10, Terran wants to be in that situation, kind of thing.
Sure, right? Yeah. Yeah, getting his SCVs down into the main now, but still, the mining for the cell is, oh, well, a moment ago I spoke to Tune was far below, much less than half.
Yeah, but
Or,
now he's like the cell is going to be droning, presumably. Yeah, he's like all
I
all he
think,
really
yeah.
sees. Yeah, he just has to make sure that he doesn't lose this army because it's I don't know. You don't really see Ling Ravager all that much. I don't think.
Ling Ravenger's
Without
interesting.
any roaches, do you think? Like he
Yeah,
is, like,
without
a
any
tank.
roaches, I mean, those are the armored units, right? Like roaches are armored, so they
Ooh,
stand up to a lot more abuse.
I liked all the biles except for the one that hit his own Ravagers. That was
Yeah,
the
that
one
was
bile
pretty
that I
funny.
didn't like. But I like the other biles of the like threatening to hit your Ravagers because obviously they're
Yeah,
gonna move.
sure. Yeah, I mean, like 5 out of 6 ain't bad, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and it doesn't look like it's that hard. Like when I off-race Zerg, I'm like, I'm gonna just roach Ravager and it's gonna be so easy. But it's not easy to hit those biles. Like I
No,
don't
it's
find it
not.
easy at all.
You you got to be fast, and it's just like in Space Invaders. You know, you got to aim where they're going to be, not where they are.
Yeah, and this is a pretty sick little like marine run by. It has a chance to do just a ton of damage and kill all the lings, and I think it is
I
going
think
to.
he should.
Yep.
I
Yeah,
think
I
he
think
should have stayed.
He
Stay and fight those Ravagers. You know,
he definitely he
waiting
definitely
out the
could have
biles,
stayed.
I
Yeah.
guess. Hold on.
I think he's just gonna leave. I don't think he. Oh! That would be huge. Oh, how did all of those miss? Man, Ravager pals are hard. Even just watching, I thought those were gonna hit.
Yeah, right. That's crazy. Yeah.
I think the cell needs to have some.
I think he was
Overlord
faking.
spread.
He was faking the leave. This is some next level stuff. It's gonna come back in.
And these lings are just gonna run to their death again. So same thing that's gonna happen. I wonder if he is gonna stay and fight these Ravagers. Like it's not that many Ravagers.
I think he should.
Oh, that's an unfortunate.
The queens.
Getting
What
those
happened?
queens, losing a fair amount of Marines though. This is definitely not that scary of a Marine fight anymore, but I think they were properly traded, and the cell is going for mutas, and that hasn't been scouted yet by a Wild Adam. Clearing some creep. Good little multitasking here.
You know, whatever his name is.
Wild Adam or the
in
cell?
Wild Adam. I keep wanting to say Little Adam, but just
You can
because
call
it's
him Little Adam.
the LittleMac StarCraft. Yeah, but I don't know if that's true.
I also don't know anything about him either, yeah. These
I mean-
mutas are going completely uncontested. And, like, they don't kill nearly as fast
Ooh.
as Stim Marines, but
Yeah.
I think 5 SCVs for a single muta is a tradable force. I don't know, Papa Panda or someone else could say
Oh
otherwise.
boy. Muta's potentially picking off these medevacs. No?
Yeah, they should, but they need the Ravagers to fight with them. Okay, now the Ravagers are going to move into the fight. Wild Adam almost looks like he's stimming his Marines to death, but yeah, there you go. It's dead, and now the medevacs are going to die unless the rest of the army can match up. But Wild Adam actually doesn't have that. Oh, there is actually a bigger army.
He's, yeah, he,
I was going to say,
he's-
how is that his entire army? So unfortunate that all the lings died, and also unfortunate because it looks like the cell. Oh, he was just droning up. Now he's building some lings, but I think that he's gonna need some like banes or roaches or really anything that's not just lings to deal with this tank push.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's where the mutas would have come in pretty nice.
mutas
With
are
a
good.
nice little split, they probably could have got on top of them.
Yeah, the
You know,
mutas are
I
good for like. Oh, that's a really preemptive, unnecessary stim from Wild Adam there. Oh, it's a double stim. The almost unheard
the
of double
Mad
stim.
Lad. They should
Oh,
they
a
should call
triple
him.
stim. Oh
Oh
my
my god.
god.
They should
These
call him
these
Little Madam.
these can actually
No.
get one shot by banelings, but I mean he's perfectly pulling away. But like, if one baneling like would just destroy that army there.
Yeah.
If they're stimmed that much. But just hanging, I think hanging out on creep, like hanging out on the side of creep and having something to zone, whether it be tanks or mines, is exactly what Wild Adam wants to do here. Unfortunately, the tanks don't really reach. Oh, and I mean, that was actually a pretty good like bio to bane trade, I think.
It was kind of a good trade for both sides. I mean, a pretty even fight. See, we're gonna see those mutas get on top of the siege tanks now,
Yeah.
which is a big one for Adam.
No, for
But
the
at the
cell.
expense of, a handful of drones in his third base.
Oh, the cell leaving that one alive. Yeah, this is it's a little chaotic, a little clustery, if you will.
There's a lot going on. I'd be really sweaty if I was playing right now, to be honest.
Yeah, lots of multitasking happening. We say that as the Marines and the mutas are flying over each other. But oh wait, is the cell gonna save this hatchery? That would. Oh, and Baneley Speed just finishes. Unfortunately, it exploded on the Marauder though, and Marauders can take like 8 Baneling hits before they die, so that hatchery is definitely going down. And with the parade push coming out, I think that this might just be GG. Game 1 going to Wild Adam. Last-ditch Baneling efforts, and I mean, we're gonna need to have some like insanely good Baneling hits, like
Yeah,
godly Baneling hits.
that was
Pre-splitting,
quite a game.
GG gets called, and now I get to. Yeah, I like the micro is very good too. I agree, Papa Panda. And here is the darkness screen this time. So now we're gonna have to sign back in, and everything. It's pretty frustrating actually, but you know.
Oh, it kicked me out?
Yeah, you have to sign in again.
I hate this.
I know, me too. That's why we're not gonna do a ton of these because it's
That's
frustrating.
But what if I type my password in on stream?
Well, you're not streaming, and that's why I have a darkness screen so that people
Oh,
can't see my.
Yeah. How do I open our conversation? Okay, so now we're going to romanticize.
Yeah, for game number 2. Papa Panda will always make it work, my dude. But I am really frustrated that I didn't tell people to not to wait to play, because we knew this update was coming, and I didn't even think about it because it's been so long since they've updated the game that I honestly just oh man, it was just so I felt so stupid afterwards. I was like, you know,
It's okay, man. It's not something you get over, it's something you get through, right? So we're
yeah.
just we're gonna work our way through the games tonight. Next week, life will be easy.
Okay, so are you in the game?
Yeah, let me switch back to stream. Yeah, all right.
Okay, so I'm gonna hit pause. 3, 2, 1, 0. So spawning in the top left, currently up 1-0. Can he move to the round of 16? It is Easy Dunks Wild Adam.
And in the bottom right, hoping to stay in it for one more game, SE Swarms the Cell.
I mean, I guess we haven't even talked about it, but of course, everyone presumably knows that this is the decider match, right? And whoever wins this moves to the round of 16. Whoever loses it, well, they're out of the tournament. They gotta wait till season 4, baby. Felt kind of awkward. So gas first from Wild Adam, which honestly is not something that you really ever see in a Terran versus Zerg, and I'm kind of curious of what it's going to, well, what kind of build it's going to create, because it's more of like a TVT build and like a cheeky TVP build, but you never really see this in against Zerg.
It is interesting, eh? So, like, when do you typically see gas first? You see it in the,
Well, you see
see it in the.
gas. Oh, barracks. You
Protoss
normally
versus Protoss?
well, you normally see it in TVT because you go
Yeah,
gas, Rax, gas. It lets you get your um, Reaper, like 3 Reapers, 2 Hellions. It lets you get your barracks and your factory a little faster, but still being able to expand around the 2.5 minute mark, give or take. If you don't necessarily play that economic, you can do a complete 1-1-1 off of it. But I was thinking that this would be to get, because he only went racks, or sorry, he went gas racks, which indicates that you can still get a relatively fast expand around like 1 minute and 50 seconds, but you can get a much faster factory because you got the gas faster.
I see. But
Wild
he's opted
Adams
for
is
2
is
barracks.
doing neither, and there's a chance that this might just be in base Reapers, and it is. It's in base Reapers, yeah.
Sure.
Uh,
Okay. Right on.
Hellbat King did this a lot in season 2. Hellbat King being our champion of it on my in chat. I don't know if it says it for other people, but it says first time chat from viewer 11. And yeah, yeah, 11. You're right. You're right about the Reaper Rush. Does that show for other people or is that just for me? Oh, it does show for other
I,
people.
I see it too.
Yeah, okay.
Um, but it is the first time I've seen it. Congrats on your first chat there, big dog.
Yeah, and also actually, 11. I noticed that you donated some money to the stream, like at 4 a.m., which we really appreciate the money and just you being awake and thinking about us. So thanks a lot for that, man. Oh, I can't believe that went down. I thought that Reaper was gonna, or that
Yeah,
Reaper grenade
that
was gonna
was.
block that third base.
I'm really surprised the grenade didn't boop him. All I can lose is a
Oh,
Reaper.
immediate surround and no Zerglings go down. Actually, that is unfortunate, especially because we were seeing some pretty sick like micro last game. So Wild Adam's gonna kind of keep the 2 Reapers, and I think he can pretty easily kite these Lings, like for just days.
Not with the support of the queen, maybe, right?
Yeah, no, I don't think 2 Reapers can jump on that queen. I think you need at least 3 with some pretty solid micro. But Wild Adam's not building anymore. He just has the 2, and he's kind of macroing at home, getting 3 CC. This is a super interesting build. I've actually never seen a build like this before.
Hmm.
So I would think that with the 2 Reapers, you try to get a lot of scouting, and you try to deny any like creep spread that goes out. So like if a queen drops a tumor, you kind of try to get in there and kill it. But if he loses
Sure.
the second Reaper, that becomes a lot harder. Not impossible, but harder. Yeah, I don't know. Like, a Reaper can do a ton of damage to a hatch while it's building, because it's really hard for the queens to jump on them. So 2 Reapers, hypothetically, could do, double that damage, but...
Twice as much damage.
Yeah, but now that the creep starts spreading, it'll be a little easier for one of the queens, if the cell chooses to bring it over, to go and, shoo the Reapers away. If he gets
An
the
easy
surround again,
surround by the
oh,
metabolic boosts.
what a
Yeah,
surround.
some fast Zerglings. So I think that's probably an end to the Reaper business.
The Reaper shenanigans, yeah. So
we see some reactor marines coming out.
yeah, looking at the cell's vision, he got to see that there was a factory being built and that something was researching from the tech lab, most likely STIM. I don't know if he can necessarily, from just that, put together that it's a 2-1-1, but it is indeed a 2-1-1. So, yeah.
Here we go. The Roach Warren coming up. Not really a defense to anything in particular, but, probably going to build roaches if I were a betting man.
I would also think so, and I don't think there's anything wrong with roaches in a 2-1-1, to be honest. Like, anytime that there is Marines, it's not bad. Like 3
Sure.
Reapers, 3 Reapers, 1-shot Marines. Sorry, I'm having trouble with numbers here. I don't know
Okay,
how that
buddy.
changes with 1-1 though, because Wild Adam is actually getting an insanely fast 1-1, and it's not that it's like real crazy, but I guess the crazy part is that he's got like the third base, but it's not landed, and I don't know how much of the more infrastructure he can afford off this.
When do you think we'll see that third base come down? Is it going to be around the time he pushes out, or is there some other timing?
I honestly would have thought that it would be down already, to be to be perfectly frank. I guess it doesn't necessarily matter because he still hasn't saturated the natural yet. So like,
Right,
it's
yeah.
just, yeah, but there you go. So it's going over. Like, I don't know if he was particularly waiting because he just felt scared, because I don't think he really has anything to be scared of. Like, his army's more or less pretty solid here. Like, what's happening here is a little scary because Wild Adam doesn't have any like anything on the map to know that it's coming. But Marines do a ton of damage, especially with Stim, and plus one's just about to finish, so like, as long as he doesn't get completely caught here, I think... Oh, and no Widowmine Drag, that would be a pretty big deal too, but pretty good stutter step here from Wild Adam. The Widowmine Drag did actually do a little bit of damage to some of the Marines, and I think that he is rightfully giving up the natural. Fighting with the SCVs, I don't like all that much. He's not fighting with them, okay, good. And yeah, you know what? Actually, I think it's going to be pretty hard for Wild Adam to hold this. I'm surprised he doesn't have more units. I didn't necessarily see a dip in a production cycle, but that was a lot of SCVs going down there. The cell just found a ton more damage than I was expecting.
Yeah, I guess the cell really having focused on that early economy. Several more workers mining right now than keep
Yeah.
forgetting what's the adjective. I keep wanting to say
He's
small.
wild. He's a
Wild. I don't know why this is so hard. I keep wanting to say small, and then I was gonna switch to big.
Big Adam.
Big Adam, yeah. Black Adam. But yeah, I don't know. Like,
This is... Oh, actually, I don't know if the cell is doing this on purpose, but that actually would have been such a cool, like, pincer there with, like, the Zerglings on one side and the Roaches on the other. But,
yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I think this is pretty much cleaned up. I guess the cell could hypothetically go to that third base, but he doesn't know it's there. And I've been in this situation, too, where you're like, my opponent doesn't take third bases, and then they have a third base, you know? Like, very
Yeah, I
frustrating.
know what you mean.
But I honestly don't think the Cell's army can fight this Bioforce. With plus one Stim and Medivacs, like, this is a completely dead army. If the Cell wanted to get super fancy, he could just, like, load the Medivacs and drop on the Ravengers, but he chooses not to do that, and I mean, it's fair. You don't know what's in the fog of war. You never know if
Yeah,
your
of
opponent's
course.
got just a ton of Zerglings waiting for you or something.
Some more roaches come out now, as well as various upgrades. So like the movement speed upgrade, carapace, and range damage.
And the Cell just dropped 8 creep
No.
tubers.
Pardon me. I was about to say no lair yet, but there is a lair in the
Yeah,
main.
because Roach speed is out.
Yes. Also a lair upgrade. I forgot.
Yeah. So the Cell can see Wild Adam busting down these rocks, and he pulled the Overlord away, so he definitely knows that that army's coming at him. He doesn't have a Baneling nest, which I guess is probably not the end of the world, but yeah, you know, I think that's fine because he's not really producing any more Zerglings. He's making a lot of Roaches here. He's getting the missile upgrade.
Oh, let's see if he hears the Zerg and. Oh, he's got the high ground from the medevac, so I
Yeah.
guess he can see over the rocks.
I have the high ground, the Cell. I kind of like this tank spot from Wild Adam, not gonna lie.
Yeah,
Like,
it's kind of cheeky, right?
I think
With
it's
the
pretty
mines
hard.
too, even.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be pretty challenging. Even the like Ravengers, if they ran up, I feel like it's gonna be pretty hard for them to do some damage here. Let's see. I can even zoom out further to see the. So being able to pick off the creep, I think, is really good. I do like how this pincer's almost being set up like early, but the Cell is eating a lot of tank shots.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't matter though. He's
it's,
just gonna overwhelm him.
just gonna. Oh yeah, okay.
That was a pretty sick Widowmine shot. Like, a lot of these Roaches are in, like, just terrible.
Yeah, they're on life support.
Yeah. But I think that the Cell might have broken him, to be honest, because the Roaches are really tanky and annoying. Like, I find it pretty hard to play against mass Roach styles as well. Tanks were absolutely the right call from Wild Adam, but I think you need to mix a little bit more Marauders into the army.
I think when you, I mean, with a little bit more scouting, you might have seen that he was heavily invested in the Roaches. There were no other structures to indicate other tech, so.
Yeah.
Oh, there. Speaking of Marauder, there's one.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Well, yeah.
I think you're right.
I was just quickly glancing at it, and he only has one tech lab, like, currently. And
I see, yeah.
He's going mine tank, maybe double factory tank, like if you're gonna commit to that second factory. Might be a little bit better against Roaches. But as I say that, this Widowmine's just gonna actually didn't have as good of a shot as I was expecting.
But he cleaned it up. Again, forcing Wild Adam to move his natural back into the main base.
Yeah, I don't know if cleaning up is necessarily the right word because I think that the
Oh,
cell's
there's a
just coming
bunch
again.
more.
Yeah, the cell's just coming again. Like, I think
Yeah.
that the cell has now just become the roach swarm, and that it's gonna be really hard for Wild Adam to hold this if he even can. Like, I don't even know if he can hold this, to be honest. And
Yeah.
that if he does, like, I think he's gonna have to be turtling for a relatively long time if this game
Everyone
keeps going.
loves everyone loves a Turtle Terran game though.
Oh yeah.
Super interesting way of playing for watching. I mean,
Yeah, and playing. I mean, it's not very fun to play it either. I like how the cell just beelines
don't
to
lie,
the
you
mineral
love
line,
it.
and GG gets called.
Oh, the cell staying alive.
So now we're moving to game number 3, but we have to log back in because this is an old replay, just to let everybody
Hell yeah. I last time I just clicked the other replay and it logged me back in automatically, but like how did it know it was me?
So I don't think it logged you in automatically. I think it just played it from the StarCraft that is downloaded on your computer, like the game. Like I don't. I think if you would have left, you would have had to. You would have been in the login screen.
Oh my god, now I have to do two-factor authentication. This is too much, man.
Well, that's. we'll
Had to
cast.
tap that button.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think of that. Stay offline to watch the replays.
Oh yeah, this guy's living in 3021.
Yeah, Papa Panda.
Yeah.
Uh, okay, I'm in. Are you in?
Uh, just about. All right, I'm here. But wait for me to pause. All
Okay.
right.
Okay.
All right. We here.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, 0. Currently spawning in the top, or sorry, bottom left. Bottom left, the red Terran. Is he gonna win? Is he gonna go out? I mean, only time will tell. It is Easy Dunk's Wild Adam.
And in the top right, the green Zerg. Is he gonna win? Is he gonna go out? Only time will tell. It's SC Swarms the cell.
I don't know who you plagiarized that from there, Maddie, but I think that was a pretty solid intro.
Some guy, pretty smart and handsome.
Aw, shucks. So, Wild Adam's going for that gas again, which, I mean, okay, so I didn't get to say it last time because I think I started talking about 11, which was fine. I like talking about 11. But Hellback King did that season 2. Yeah, season 2. He's our season 2 champion. He made it to Masters 3. No, Master 2, sorry, so he's not allowed to play anymore. But he went, and you can't see this, but I'm doing it on stream. He went Supply Depot, Barracks, Barracks, Supply Depot for a full wall so that he could still send the double racks Reapers across the map, but he had a safer expand because he had a wall. So he was able to pool his Marines behind it after he stopped going Reapers, and he was able to have a bit more of an economic jump start rather than what Wild Adam did after his Reapers failed, maybe isn't the right word, but like kind of got surrounded right away and everything. And I don't know if that's just maybe something. Maybe it's a different build even. Like I honestly, I never Reaper all in or anything. So
Yeah, I know what you mean. Does sound like a safer way to play it, but you know, different strokes.
yeah, and I mean, maybe there's also the possibility that on that last map maybe you can't wall in that way. I don't remember which map it was. Did we just watch Romanticide?
Yeah.
Yeah, we just watched Romanticide. I think you can still wall off with generally the same amount that you can wall off. Actually, no, this is a slightly different, slightly smaller choke, I'm pretty sure. So, the cell's also playing a little bit more macro style here. He's sending that drone behind the third base mineral line so that he can take it in hopes, like, because, like, the Reaper could hypothetically run by and then try and stop him, but the Reaper's not going to that mineral line anyway, so it doesn't matter. But it's just kind of, it's like the things that you include.
The thing to do.
It's
Oh,
coming in,
but
it's coming in.
hold the phone.
Okay, this is gonna get blocked. This has to. Oh no, that was so unfortunate. Wild Adam just had to move like a pixel to the north, and that would have been a completely blocked hatch. Oh, move command.
Ooh.
Move command. Is that gonna die? No.
Zergling's trying to touch some Reaper butt.
Yeah.
Oh, but the queen. with
From
the fadeaway
downtown. Yeah.
from downtown. Yeah.
So I'm not sure exactly, like, because you delay your economy by taking that gas, well, a lot faster. And ooh, is this the same? No, this is 3 racks this time. Man, what is this? I've never seen this before in my life.
Oh my god, these Reapers just teasing this queen.
Yeah, this queen wants the Reaper dead, and the Reapers are just like, you will never get this, you will never get this, like they're Borat, you know?
Yeah, exactly like Borat.
I like the lings at the Reaper jump up spot because if Wild Adam jumps up, then it's pretty easy surround there for the lings, even though they're slow lings, as long as he's not paying attention, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, and Papa Panda just pointed out, I didn't even notice. Combat shields first for Wild Adam. That's actually
Oh my god.
wild.
You mean Wild Madam? This guy, some absolutely just unpredictable play.
I think the Wild Adam
Queen
can
doing
kill
the
this
slow
queen.
march.
Yeah, the queen
Oh
doing the
yeah.
slow march. I think. Oh no, not
Yeah.
with the links, but.
The friggin' last march of the Ents.
Hey, that was a pretty good surround, and I don't know how many Zerglings you need to kill a Reaper, but I don't think the Zerglings need to run away there. It never hurts to be safe, but with a bunker too? What is this build? Okay, there's Stimpack, which is hilarious because Stimpack takes longer, so you always get Stimpack first. Stimpack's like an extra 30 seconds over combat shields.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
That much of a difference? That's
I mean, I just said 30
crazy.
seconds, but it's definitely at least 20.
So does combat shield, what does it give? A little bit of armor?
10. Yeah, 10
10
extra
armor?
HP.
Oh, HP, not armor. Okay,
Yeah, so
that's
you'll
a
notice,
big difference.
Yeah, oh, it's huge. Because they go from 45 to 55, and I believe, someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's what... No, that is wrong. Because they can already... I'm pretty sure they can already survive a 0-0 Baneling before they get combat shields. They can just survive it better. With combat shields, it basically lets you survive if it's stimmed, I think.
I love the concussive shell research here too.
Well, if you have to
Can't-
wait, you might as well, right? I don't know what it's
absolutely, yeah.
Like
I guess he's assuming that he's going to be seeing
roaches again.
some roaches again. Although, you know, concussive shell against banelings also pretty effective, right?
Sure, I mean, anything that can slow the Baneling down is good. So, okay, both Reapers just kind of didn't really do much, and then Wild Adam scans, and he gets to see the Baneling nest as it's finishing, so I think maybe that should be an indication that he's not playing against roaches, but we'll find out, I suppose.
So if you were Adam in this situation, would you be moving out, or are you comfortable staying home and waiting for those banes?
Well, I mean, if you're Wild Adam, I think you should know you're behind, and it's a weird build. I'm not exactly sure what the point of this build is. Like this 3 racks,
Yeah.
with, like, relatively delayed CC, that I think you move out and you try to get as much damage as possible here. But I don't think that it should do a ton, because the cell is going to see it coming. Like, he's a little supply block now. He's building 6 Overlords, but once those Overlords finish, I'm assuming he's just going to hold down the unit key. Like, I don't think that he's going to be
right.
droning
By the
right
time,
now. Yeah, so 18 more lings get made. Like, the Banes are there. I think the lings are... Oh, the lings are doing a counterattack, which they're actually...
Oh, hold on.
Yeah, no, 2 queens get focused down right away. The extra stim is painful. Now, the lings are doing nothing, really, because there's a bunker. Okay, so I like this bunker wall. The cell sees nothing that he never really saw already, I don't think. He's getting 6. He got 6 workers, though, which is way more than I was anticipating. And, yeah, now that I know I can do this, I'm going to super zoom out so that we can see the setup of this fight here. Oh, Wild Adam Wild Adam loves to stim, man. Like, he just stimmed. He got it, though. Okay, fine, it's worth it. I definitely thought that Overlord was going to escape. But, like, these meta decks don't have tons of energy.
Isn't stim to win? If that's not a thing, I think it should be.
It is, yeah.
But,
definitely say stim to win.
Okay, I'm relieved now to be seeing Hydralisk Den, you know, gonna be moving into a what is it, Bane Hydra style?
Yeah.
Baneling Hydra.
Bling Bling Hydra, whatever it's
Bling, yeah.
called. Okay, so Baneling run by, but on the natural, don't love it, but it might actually work out because the wall's down. Oh, and then he brings the wall up for it. So 2 Widow Mines for like 5 Banelings, not worth. And let's see what happens when Wild Adam stims and runs his army in. The medevac, or not medevac, sorry, the mine is not really that close, but I like how, you see he selected all his Marines and then pulled them back?
Yeah.
And left the Marauders there to tank, because if the Marauders get hit by Banelings, that's not nearly as bad as the Marines getting hit by the Banelings, so that was a pretty good pro-gamer move. But, I mean, I think Wild Adam, I want to call him Little Adam now, I don't know.
Oh, I'm sorry, buddy.
Call him the Top Gun, Adam Demand.
Top Gun, Adam Demand.
But okay, I like the idea of rotating, but the problem is, the cell has great Overlord sprint, so like, he rotates and then the army's just going to rotate with him. Like, he needs a second force out on the map if he wants to play style like this. Oh, and that's unfortunate. Stimming and not getting that Overlord. Yeah, so there was just too much Zerg there, so that gets cleaned up. And the second army is moving across the map. Looks like it has been stimmed. I don't know where it got sent to, though. It got sent to, like, the 5th base location. And the cell's doing a Zergling counterattack. Let's hope he doesn't go... Okay, he's not going for the natural. He's going for the 3rd, which I like, because the 3rd is not nearly as well protected. Big Widow Mine shot. Oh, not nearly as big as it could have been. And Wild Adam is forced to come back with that secondary force. There could be some drag here. Okay, looks like there was a little bit of drag, but he pulled up this Widow Mine, so it wasn't like catastrophic or anything. I hate the Widow Mine friendly fire. People are like, you gotta build Widow Mines, and then the Widow Mines just kill my entire army. I'm sure that I'm doing something wrong, but you know, just good.
That couldn't possibly be it.
No,
Take Widow Mines out of the game, Blizzard, please.
Yeah, just so people can tell me to stop making them, you know, like.
Yeah, just only for your benefit.
Wow, this is a huge army, actually. We have been sleeping on the cell.
We have. The Hydras have yet to make an appearance out on the map, I think. Like,
yeah, I don't know if Wild Adam knows that they're there, and they are. Oh, that doesn't matter because the Banelings just got all those Widow Mines. And I think the cell has a chance to just kind of walk across the map and do unspeakable things to Wild Adam's 3rd base.
I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see. They're gonna easily pick off these
medevacs are very
medevacs, but we're yeah.
No,
and he did get both upgrades for the Hydras.
Is he gonna take this base?
Oh yeah.
He does get that base. That's kind
well, as long as the Widow Mine doesn't shoot. Just one Hydralisk. Unfortunate.
So Zerglings are now kind of morphing in front of Banelings, so there actually is a chance this could be a huge hit, and then is there going to be a second? Actually, pretty good cleanup on these Banelings. Wild Adam, good at multitasking, but that 4th base gets cancelled at least, that's good. I definitely don't think Wild Adam is in that great of a position, though. But, I mean, tournament life on the line, right? Gotta play it out.
Yes, sir.
The cell, wow, 600 APM there for a second. Not rapid fire, he's just that good.
You think he was just holding down the unit key?
No, I think he's just that good, I just said it.
Oh, I see.
So no cancel on the 3rd or 4th base or whatever, cancel on one of them. Some Widow Mine friendly fire on these Marines as they run up, and I mean, the cell doesn't need to run up this ramp to try and kill Wild Adam. Like, he can just, you know, be okay with the soft contain. Like, he's on 5 bases right now.
Oh wow, yeah. I've been sleeping on his economy as well.
Yeah, I know, the cell's almost max. Like, this is just really well played.
71 workers to 42 for Wild Adam. It's you know, it seems to be a slow chokehold.
Oh, and Wild Adam's actually floating his main command center too. The cell already has an army waiting there to like intercept it. Potentially not that big. Yeah, so I mean, I think this is just the end, really. Wild Adam maybe is gonna stay in the game a little bit longer, but no, there it is. A very nice finish to that. Excellent, excellent series. Congratulations, the Cell moving on to the round of 16. Makes me a little sad though that we're losing a Terran because I like Terrans. I guess you know. Yeah,
Biased.
yeah, I am biased. I'm a biased, no good fool.
No good beatnik.
Yeah. Okay, let's sign in now, and then now we can do some replays together.
Oh damn. Okay.
Yeah.
Wasn't too bad, but I did notice in that last game that
We were
I was
off.
not
Yeah.
I was not synced up with you by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, I saw that too. Okay, so we're moving to group C, doing a TVP.
Hell yeah.
Now this TVP is actually from a really far MMR difference. DayTZ's like 3.8 and Micro Jackson's like rate it like 4.5 basically. So he's like
Oh my god.
not going to be invited back like to like if he wanted to, he I don't think would be invited back. So spawning in the top right on NA, he was Sleepy Joe. I don't know if you remember that game that we casted of Sleepy Joe, but on EU, where he's from, he is Micro Jackson.
And in the bottom left, Red Terran, DayTZ, representing EC Fev. What's EC Fev?
I looked it up and then I forgot what it was. It's like E Comrade Friends something gaming or something. There is
EC Iron 5.
There is an MMR cap, the cell. It is 4560 on EU. So Micro Jackson is rated that scary limit where he most likely would promote. So DayTZ is doing a build, I can already see it, that I'm pretty sure TY did in GSL last year, where he is going to wall off here pretty fast so that Micro Jackson can't get the scout. And then he's going to just kind of marine all in. I can't remember if TY pulled the SCVs, but I wouldn't be surprised if the SCVs were pulled. And as someone who likes to SCV pull against Protoss a relatively often amount, the first thing that a Protoss normally does once they see that I've walled off completely is that they scout around for proxies. So I would imagine that that's what Micro Jackson's going to do. Like, I don't know why he wouldn't do that, but keeping the probe on that side of the map to confirm if a Nexus gets, or sorry, if a CC gets dropped is also a good way to do this too.
I mean, I guess I'm interested to see how this develops. Maybe he's just not worried about proxies.
Yeah,
He's got
maybe,
some super secret anti-proxy build.
yeah, for sure. Adept first. I mean, Adepts are good against Marines, but the thing is, this is going to hit... Oh, yeah, the SCVs are already moving. So this is going to hit way before Warp Gate even thinks about finishing. Before a shield battery is going to finish, if Micro Jackson builds one. And it's actually just going to come down to the micro of probes against SCVs, I suppose. Yeah, I'm actually not sure in this situation the proper way to micro this, but I think that DayTZ is basically going to hit as the shield battery is finishing. There is not enough energy. Oh, there is enough energy for a super battery. Oh, getting that surround on that Adept.
Oh
Okay,
my
I
God.
think that's it. I think that's over. I don't know if Micro Jackson's really going to be able to do anything else. Maybe... yeah, no, like, because Warp Gate's so far away. The SCVs are mostly there to tank, so killing the SCVs, because that's what he's doing right now, Micro Jackson is doing, is kind of what DayTZ wants, right? Because the Marines have such a high DPS that there goes all the probes, and like Stalkers can hypothetically run faster than ooh, XD, good one. And
Nice.
he gets called. Yeah, well there you go. That was a really really fast one.
That was crazy.
Okay, so we're moving on to game number 2. Okay, so cast. There we go. Oh, I screwed it up. Okay, currently spawning down 0-1. The Protoss player with like 700 MMR higher. It is Micro Jackson.
And in the bottom left, up 1-0, Dateezy.
The people's champion.
I'm looking for the people's champ.
Now, I wonder if this is going to be a bit more of a macro focus game, and if it's going to be a lot harder for Dateezy. I mean, who knows? Micro Jackson is pylon scouting, so if Dateezy wanted to block it, which I mean, it's entirely possible. He can still wall off fast enough for that, but it's a relatively big hit to your economy. It's not standard in any way, shape, or form, and Micro Jackson's going to show up before that. So yeah, I mean, oh, 2 racks. Never mind. I was just about to talk about how a bunch of a normal game this is going to be, but 2 racks before gas is not really that normal, to be honest.
Damn. So Micro Jackson's gonna see it and be like, "What the heck?"
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. Like, I'm a firm believer in gas stealing is useless, but if you can steal both gas, I don't know if that's useless. You know, like stealing 1 gas against Terran, especially in this meta where you do 3 raxes and stuff. The second gas
Yeah.
isn't that important. You get a second gas around 4 minutes and 20 seconds, but this is not a 3 rax in any way, shape, or form. This is honestly, I have no idea what this is. Like, this is like a Marine kind of like what just happened. So yeah, I don't know.
Will he steal? Will he steal the gas?
I don't think he's going to steal the gas, but I don't think he's going to get this SCV like he wants to. Like, I think this is just dead. Yeah.
Then you have chosen death.
So I like also that Micro Jackson is not expanding, because like last time he went core Nexus, this time he's gone double gate and core as well, so he can kind of put pressure on himself, or he can just choose to like defensively go home. But it's kind of weird because like Dateezy opened with a super weird build of like a gasless 2 racks expand, but his CC went down faster than the Protoss Nexus. And I think Michael Jackson is scared, maybe? He's getting the shield battery in a little bit of an awkward position. And a second pylon here? I don't know. I'm honestly no idea. No idea what's happening in this game.
No idea.
A 3rd racks now, and double gas going down at the same time. I don't know. I mean, there's definitely something to just like intentionally confusing your opponent. But like Dateezy's got to be feeling good that Micro Jackson has no Nexus. But then he's got to think about what he's spending the money on. And Micro Jackson's not floating like an insane amount of money or anything.
No.
Now he's
So-
floating a little bit.
Just spending it on his buying stalkers, mate.
Yeah. I think he's gotta drop a Nexus here. Yeah, there's the Nexus right there.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a pretty good map to just have Marines standing at the natural ramp, because like a stalker outranges them, but they need the high ground vision. Oh, but Dateezy is moving out. Now this is a bit unfortunate because these stalkers can actually do an insane amount of damage, and they might end up doing an insane amount of damage. If they walk up here, there's literally nothing to contest them, and Dateezy's not going to turn around. He's already committed.
Oh.
So the little bit of cheekiness that he got out of his different opening, he's absolutely losing here, and it's going to have to do, like, Dateezy's going to want to do a bunch of damage on the other side of the map, and I
Absolutely.
don't know if he's going to find it, to be honest, because there's not really a lot of damage to be found. Micro Jackson is prepared for this. He read this perfectly, even though I had no idea what it was. Micro Jackson just kind of predicted or got lucky, or I'm not sure exactly what it was. A bit of a move command though on those stalkers. Both of those stalkers could have died if there was more focus fire, but I think DTZ is focusing on what's happening on his side of the map. So like these stalkers are just getting a ton of SCV kills. On the other side, the DTZ's Marines are maybe killing a singular stalker. So I know who I'd rather be if I could choose in this game.
Is it DTZ because you're Terran biased?
Yeah, I am Terran biased, that's true. Micro Jackson with a little bit of move command mistakes. Interesting to choose the name Micro Jackson. But something...
Are you trying to say Michael Jackson doesn't make mistakes? Didn't make mistakes?
No, Micro Jackson is Beyond. Do you know that meme?
No.
Okay, I'll show it to you later. But... oh, sorry. I really like DayTZ like cheesing game 1 because anytime that I ever play a best of 3 series, I always try to tilt my opponent in the first game. Magnath told me to do that. Magnath's a player on the clan Plat Heroes that I'm on now, and he was like, this guy, I remember I was playing a tournament that he was also in, and I was playing a Zerg player, and he's like, he absolutely hates battle cruisers, just make a shit ton of battle cruisers. So I did it, and the guy got so tilted and started balance winding during the series, and then game 2 was such an easy win because he was making all these terrible mistakes and stuff. So it was like, genius. So yeah, I do really like the idea of like doing something that pisses your opponent off, if you know them or you can kind of like figure it out or whatever. Not like be like really unsportsmanlike in BM, but like cheese your opponent, give them a hard time, get a cheeky win. It can really affect their mindset.
Sure. I mean, so much of sports, and certainly esports no exception, is just the mental game, right? Like, to throw off your opponent like that and then have them have to play you in 2 more matches would take a type of mental discipline that I definitely don't have.
Yeah.
I think you know that I tilt pretty easily.
Absolutely. So now DayTZ was coming in. This is like almost a delayed 3 racks, but it's such a delayed 3 racks because the 3 racks normally hits about 2 minutes before he's hitting. And
Yeah.
if he had got there and there was a 3rd base, I guess he could have potentially canceled it. But again, Micro Jackson's playing so defensive that there was no 3rd base. DayTZ runs up that ramp and loses his entire 3 racks, whatever you want to call that. And now I don't know if Micro Jackson's going to find like an insane amount of damage on the other side. Like this army looks relatively scary, but there is a almost full wall. There is a bunker. There is stim. As long as DayTZ doesn't get caught with his pants down, no SCVs repairing. Actually, this is a huge... Never mind, I think it's just going to one-shot his bunker. That's way more stalkers than I thought he had. Yeah, through the repair. Guardian Shield could get popped if Micro Jackson wanted to. He could use some force fields here, but there's the force fields. The force field really all that did was just kind of zone out his own Zealot.
Zealot skin didn't save it from the Terran army. It's a shame. Buff Protoss.
Allegedly, people are... I don't know where people are talking out of their ass, basically. But people are saying that... because there's supposed to be a patch... No, sorry. There's supposed to be a new ladder season November 10th. So we might have to be careful of that. But allegedly, people are talking about there being a potential patch coming. And I mean, I'll believe it when I see it. But, you know, you never know.
There's yeah, I mean that would really be something. The last major balance patch was over a year ago, you said, right?
Yeah, pretty recently actually, October 15th. So
Wait, but there were balance changes?
like yeah, a year ago, October 15th. So a little.
A year ago, I see. Yeah.
So these stalkers are gonna get bruised pretty badly here. Most should escape. Yeah, there it is. DayTZ, sorry. I want to say DTZ. I don't know why. But DayTZ is really stimming. But notice he's not stimming his entire army. I like how he just had a collection of them instead of the like triple stim like his boy Wild Adam, the smallest of atoms.
Yeah.
I think the rightfully pulling away was the smart call, and then not really fighting here. Because that Immortal is going to do a ton of damage to these Marauders. And he was fighting in a battery. But overall, pretty nice micro there from DayTeasy. I don't know if that Widowmine. I think that Widowmine maybe killed that sentry, and then a second sentry just died. Marauder slow. Oh, jumps on that Immortal. Ah, that was actually sick. That's a ton of charge lots, though. I don't think that DayTeasy is going to be doing. Oh, but they're stuck behind that Stalker.
Yep.
I still don't think he's going to be doing a ton of damage here. But now that Blink's off cooldown, he might as well pick up and fly away. Like, that's basically the best situation you're going to get here, DayTeasy. I mean, he's parade pushing. Man, he must think that his army is... Oh, only 1-1, but still, I don't think that this is, like... With a Colossus out, too? And I think DayTeasy is about to overstay as well. Pretty hard here. Third base is only going down now. It's like 5 minutes late. And that was a lot of Widowmine shots on himself, unfortunately. Yeah, okay, and he's going home. He's like, okay, screw this, I'm going home. Whatever that South Park one is.
Are you guys going home?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so Micro Jackson's got the better economy. DayTeasy's just getting a second NG bay. He doesn't have... Oh, there's the armory. Just getting his fourth and fifth racks now, which, again, I'm not a super macro master, but I think this is a little late too. And DTs, which is challenging because he doesn't really have any detection on the map other than scans, which he's kind of used as mules because that's what you would normally do in this situation. So yeah, I mean that was some pretty sick micro there. I really like being able to pick that Immortal, and something I'm just noticing now is that Micro Jackson doesn't have any observers on the map, so he doesn't realize that this gigantic drop is coming into the main, and he doesn't have any energy for the recall on his main Nexus.
Ooh.
So a chance to actually get some pretty key tech structures here. He's being a little indecisive. I think he's waiting for the Colossus to pop, but... Or not to pop, to show up, but it doesn't really matter either way. I guess it's not like the end of the world if he would have been able to get the Twilight Council, but unfortunately that was an entirely full medevac that just got picked off, and then a not entirely full medevac. But DayTeasy is actually kind of keeping this game going. Like, he's way closer in supply. Holy man.
Yeah, he's finding some small pressure points in Micro Jackson's defenses here, you know.
Yeah.
Now I guess are we gonna see a counterattack, or do you think Micro Jackson is still staying home? I guess.
Yeah, oh, that's unfortunate that Widowmine just shot into the assimilator. I hate that it can do that. I mean, I don't think that Micro Jackson necessarily needs to counterattack. Maybe what he could start doing is run-bys. We are going to see a counterattack here. Is
he gonna look for the third? He looks like he's gonna look for the third.
Yeah, he's going right for the third.
Very wise.
But he's at a bit of an army disadvantage, both structure and upgrades. Now this is gonna come down to a bit more of DayTeasy's micro, because Colossus actually kind of just kind of counter bio, right? Like that's what they do. But he's got a fairly heavy broader count. So there's and he had Vikings too. I didn't even see those Vikings shelling away. So like, yeah, I don't know. That was a bit of a throwing his entire army away from Micro Jackson. That was not the engagement that he wanted.
No, absolutely not.
But yeah, DayTeasy wants that Archon, and he gets it. But Micro Jackson has 9 gateways, so he can reinforce relatively fast. He's got a bunch of charge lots, which are good against just bio by itself. It's the Widowmine splash, or like, you know, Ghost EMP, or Liberators that really help with the dealing with charge lots kind of thing.
Yeah.
And man, these Widowmines have been in Micro Jackson's main for so long. Okay, so a little bit unfortunate for the charge lots there. Well, for DayTeasy, the charge lots didn't get hit by those burrowed Widowmines. Storm is finished now, so Micro Jackson has the potential to kind of lay into DayTeasy a little bit without any ghosts. And yeah, there's Storm number 1, Storm number 2. Ooh, can start number 3. I think it might have been a little superfluous, but I mean, when you're ahead, might as well continue to be ahead. Oh.
It's widow mines everywhere. Where's this guy finding them all? Like, jeez.
How many
Got
factories
one,
does he
two.
have?
Hey, great question.
Just the one, it looks like.
It's the one with reactor though.
Yeah, but
Uh,
DayTZ's getting the DayTZ's getting the Ghost Academy like right in the 3rd base, which I don't love because that is maybe one of the first places to die if you get overwhelmed. And he's also got
no-
just a ton of SCVs in the main just standing around doing nothing.
yeah.
He's not floating a ton of minerals because
No.
he's he's not mining super efficiently. It wasn't that crazy. But it looks like we're getting a double drop. I can follow this. A double drop up to the I don't know, north, and it'll probably cut east, yeah, to the 3rd base, where there is not really that much static defense. Has the potential to do a fair amount of damage here. And Micro Jackson has just a ton of energy on this Nexus. I'm just noticing now that he doesn't like Chrome or something. Oh, but a nice pick up there. Or nice pick off there. Unfortunate pickup for...
The widow mining's gonna stay hidden.
Yeah, this has a chance to hit a bunch of probes, but, I mean, DayTZ's already got the worker advantage, actually.
He does.
Not mining, though. Like, doesn't have the mining advantage because he's only technically mining off 2 bases right now, probably a base and a half if we actually look at the nat. And I kind of like how he's setting this engagement up. He's kind of, if he can get if he can EMP off those High Templars and take Storm out of the equation, that would actually be just insane. But he does scan. Okay, he scans, he sees it, he's going for the EMP. Immediate, hey, that was a pretty good EMP actually. No Colossus anymore, so DayTZ is actually trying to counter something that's not there. And GG gets called.
Wow.
That was a close game.
Took a bit of a turn at the end there. I can't believe how close it was.
And now we're moving to game number 3 on the most romantic of maps.
Let me take 1 second. I'm just gonna go grab a drink.
Sure. Maddie not bringing a drink to the cast. I got my water with me right beside me. So yeah, game number 3, and remember guys, this is the decider match, and DayTZ is actually like a couple hundred MMR lower, so he's making just the run of a lifetime here. But spawning in the top left, currently 1-1. Is he going to be able to win? Only time will tell. I already used that one. It is Micro Jackson. And in the bottom right, because I don't know if Maddie is back.
I'm back.
Oh, he's back. Go ahead, buddy.
Who am I doing, DayTZ?
Yeah.
The Blue Terran, DayTZ.
Nice.
I did it.
Yeah, so, I mean, I wonder if we're going to see Micro Jackson play incredibly defensive because he's doing a pylon scout again. And Romanticide... Oh, actually, I think it's going to the other side of the map. But it looks like he's doing a pylon scout. And, I mean, I guess it makes sense, right? Because DayTZ's done super weird builds twice in a row. But this is looking
Yeah.
like the most normal of builds with the barracks and then gas. I don't know...
Wow.
Like, I'm not sure exactly how much it hurts a Protoss's economy to scout at Pylon and to scout at Gateway, but most people tend to, if they're going to scout at Gateway, so I'm assuming that is maybe the, quote, more efficient, more, traditional way of scouting. I don't actually know for sure.
Probably like 10 minerals short by scouting so early,
Yeah, I'm sure someone's worked it up. And, now,
Absolutely.
if a probe comes to my base really early and kind of like starts moving around, I don't actually follow it like DayTZ's doing unless I plan on not scouting. Because the way I look at it is like, if I'm going to scout it around, that's my SCV that, like, I've traded that that probe's not mining, that SCV's not mining. But
Yeah.
DayTZ's got one SCV not mining because he's following, and then another SCV scouting. And it looks like it was a core before Nexus. I actually spent a bunch of time on Sunday reviewing replays and stuff and looking at what Protoss openings look like because I felt kind of weak in the matchup. So I don't have my book. My book is not at close at hand. I can see it though. It's on Whitney's drawing desk. Oh, DayTZ went. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say DayTZ went straight reactor, which would have just been absolutely insane. But instead, he went Marine first, which. Oh, is he gonna lose that SCV? Oh, that's so frustrating as the Terran player. Now, I think it was Harston recently talked about the difference. I mean, anyone should be able to tell, honestly, what the difference between a reactor, like a Marine reactor or a Reaper Marine opening is. But basically, you do the... He was saying that they do the Marine opening when there's a pretty easy, most likely the Reaper wall, because your Reaper's not going to get that scouting anyways. So you spend your first 50 men or first 50 gas on the reactor rather than getting a Reaper that's not going to be able to get a scout in anyways, and then you build a Hellion later. Now DayTZ, the absolute Chad that he is, doesn't need that Hellion and instead actually got an entire scout off with an SCV and then left as well. So, you know, that was pretty sick.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
But he didn't get to see that there was a Twilight Council. So, I mean, if this is like a DT follow-up or something, it can be quite frustrating as a Terran player to lose to that. But, well, I guess probably any race, like, you know, random DTs coming out can be quite annoying for anybody. It doesn't have to just be Terran.
Yeah, I mean, surprise DTs, you know, especially if you haven't taken the proper steps to set up detection around the map. It'd be pretty devastating.
Yeah. Oh, one Adept down and other Adept on almost critical life support. So that was basically best case scenario for DayTZ. Micro Jackson knows that Widow Mines are out on the map now. So likely we'll see a Widow Mine drop, or at least that would be my thought process. And it doesn't look like it's going to be DT, it looks like it's just going to be Blink. So DayTZ kind of preparing properly for it already. Maybe he didn't see the Twilight Council. Whatever. He's getting that tank fast. Maybe he's planning on doing some sort of like 2-base tank push or something. Gases. You would get more...
This tank is fast, you're saying?
Well, it's more like blind, but people play
yeah.
matchups differently. Like the way that I play TVP, I wouldn't get tanks unless there was something that indicated to me that I should get tanks, and that could be like a 3-gate blink or something. You know, you get tanks for that.
Sure.
Okay, let's see how the Widow Mine drop does first. Oh, hey, that was weird. DayTZ dropped the mine and then picked it up before it hit the ground. Oh, and then unfortunately, I mean, okay, that was actually a huge amount of probes. That was really good for DayTZ. If we look at it, that was 10 probes. So 10 probes, excellent, and he makes it out. I don't love that he sat his Widow Mine, sat his medevac in the Mine Splash, but I mean, you know, you take wins at a different time. And he's queuing up a Liberator to go into the main as well, so I would love it if he coordinated this to attack, like so send his mines back in when the Liberator goes back in, because that can be so frustrating. Oh, and it is going to be a little like 2-base tank push, bring in some SCVs. Oh, this might be an old Euthermal build, actually. I think I remember like a multi-pronged harassment. I don't exactly remember how it goes anymore, but I think that is what this is. I have to look it up though. I thought there were air units involved. Whatever. So this is going to hit all at the same time. So you're going to send the Liberator in, you're going to send the mines and medevac in, and the army is out of position. Like, you don't even have to fight. Like, DayTZ is fighting, but like the Liberator is getting kills in the in the main, and the Widow Mines are burrowed and just got a ton of damage, each one. So like, it kind of looks like DayTZ is just gonna throw this army away, which like I would have maybe more preferred if they just went home. But yeah, because even Blink's done. Yeah, Micro Jackson's definitely fighting this properly. So I mean, it's it's a bit of a trade, I suppose. But I really like how DayTZ is pulling this off, and it almost makes me want to like do this build again, because I remember I was doing this build for a really long time, and then I remember
a long period of time where you were heavy on Widow Mine drops, you know, with various other accompaniment.
Yeah, but I just felt like my multitasking was too bad to like line it all up. But I'm feeling pretty good right now for some reason, even though I'm just
Feeling
losing. You know.
feeling pretty fast,
Yeah,
eh?
I don't know why. Feeling terrible in real life, but watching DayTeasy do it, I'm like, maybe I can multitask.
Yeah, are you getting that thing where like are you getting that contact high where you like
Yeah,
go to a concert and you see the guys like playing the instruments like I haven't played the drums in a while. I could fucking do that. Like you ever get that shit?
yeah,
Or like I don't know. Do you
absolutely.
ever do something weird like watch a teacher and then think I could teach better than this buffoon?
Well, always. That's just my life, you know.
Yeah, sure.
Uh, so the Widowmine drop is still there, but it's like the medevac is almost dead. So like I feel like DayTeasy should really drop. Okay, never mind. Never mind. They're dead. They're dead. So now that the threat is now alleviated, so Micro Jackson doesn't necessarily need to keep his stalkers at home anymore, and he could like kind of start trying to pick at DayTeasy's defenses. DayTeasy is looking pretty well defended though. He's not playing mines, which, or sorry, he's not playing tanks, which I mean it's not necessarily crazy, but like it's not all that hard. And Protoss players, I apologize. This is not balance whining. I just legitimately don't find it difficult to.
Take it to the Discord, Jeff.
I know, but like if you have blink stalkers, I find it very easy to dodge Widowmine shots. Like you just wait like a second and you blink away. Like it's not that like I don't find it that challenging. That timing has always been relatively easy for me. But there are other micro challenges that I am really bad at. So you know, I mean it is what it is.
Yeah.
DayTeasy is about to hit as Charge is finishing, so that's a little well, it's like right before, but I think Charge is probably gonna hit or gonna finish before the fight. Right? Oh, yeah, there it's finished now. Oh, and
Uh-oh.
this.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that was unfortunate because
Yep.
I thought he was gonna be able to make it into the main, but nope. Oh, oh, that's cheeky. Okay, so
I love
we're
it.
getting into
Oh,
like
I
a
love
bit of
what
a
I'm seeing here.
it's like a base trade almost here, but I actually don't think Micro Jackson would want to commit to it. Does he have a recall? He does have a recall, so you know he might be able to just recall his entire army and.
Well, let's see what happens here.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So.
High ground Widowmine.
Ooh, that was
Big
a lot.
probes.
That was a lot of shots.
That was
yeah.
juicy.
And okay, the robo goes down and the robotics base, so basically that's going to
Wow.
stop the Colossus production. Oh, actually, sorry, disruptor production. And he's gonna get the Templar Archive and pick up, as long as he doesn't get blinked on, or just go for it even more. DayTeasy, you mad lad. Oh, hey, that disruptor shot completely whiffed.
Yeah, it was an air ball.
Yeah, an airball, nice. Well, I mean, that was a little bit of an aggressive staying there, but that one Widowmine's got 11 probes, and man, DayTeasy loves the right side. Like, there's just a completely free fourth base, and DayTeasy just keeps walking up the right side. Unfortunately, Micro Jackson seems to have F2'd his entire army, so the observers actually. Oh, maybe he just actually recalled it for vision. But either way, Micro Jackson does not know about this gigantic force here.
Let's see what happens.
Blink is on cooldown, so this is actually the position for Widowmines to do a fair amount of damage. Pretty good micro there from DayTeasy, pulling back the majority of his army before the disruptor shots gets used. Still pulling back his army. Maybe he's just running now. Yeah, he's just running. He running. But
DayTeasy continuing to pull back his army all the way to his base.
It pulled him all the way home.
Yeah.
He's retreating downtown. So the robo base is actually just finishing now, and DayTeasy's getting into the base in the darkness too, like just in the fog of war. The mad lad. I think I would rather prefer to go for tech structures rather than all these probes, but actually he's getting an insane amount of them. So you know what? Don't listen to me. Go for the probes. This was a really awesome attack, actually. And he gets out half of the
boy.
unit. Oh, and the fourth base.
Oh, Dark Templars!
Surprise Dark Templars, but that I don't think that was a cancel on that fourth base because it had been around for so long. So like,
yeah, that was expensive.
Yeah, I don't. Oh, letting the one Marauder live. They respect him. It's like the Predator when the Dark Templar gave the Marauder a weapon and the Marauder gets to go home or whatever. In Predator 2, I mean, not Predator 1. Predator in the City or whatever that's called.
Predator in the City.
You know that one I'm talking about, yeah?
I've never seen Predator 2, but I know what you're talking about. That's the one where Danny Glover says, "I'm too old for this shit."
No, that's Lethal Weapon.
No, he definitely says it in Predator 2.
Oh, I mean, he might say it, yeah, like as a meme. Hey, a Disruptor shot can take a Widowmine shot. Didn't know that. Don't know if I've ever seen that interaction before.
Oh, what? So what happened?
Widowmine shot at a Disruptor, and the Disruptor survived, so it can, you know, it can
Oh,
take it.
wow. Damn. Disruptor, new tank meta?
Okay, so it looks like there. Oh, there is a detection. I don't know how close that is though. So they might be able to take off a couple of. Oh, but not if they just run into their death. Yeah. So these Dark Templar are going. Yeah. Okay. Oh, there's DT Blink. Man, with the cost of DT Blink, if you can blink and save one DT, it's worth it. So DT Blink just totally paid for itself. Nice job, Micro Jackson.
How many did he save?
6 or 5 maybe. I don't know.
Damn. Okay. Value.
Absolutely. He knows the deal, or what was it, the art of the deal, or whatever Donald Trump's book is called.
I think it is the art of the deal.
Oh, that was unfortunate. Okay, I thought that was really cool, but then
There's just like a
unfortunate that he
tiny
hit
bit
the
of
third one.
lag,
Yeah.
tiny bit of lag between the two shots. Otherwise, he was fucking juking him so hard.
Yeah, because that's the blink stalker dodge, but I've never seen like Dark Templar do it before. Not that it's impossible, like it's the same thing. It's very conceivable that it can be done, but I don't know if I've ever seen it before, and that was sick. And now they're actually really hurt that this Widowmine might just do it because they're just walking across the map, just walking. Oh nope, I don't. Okay, never mind. And now they're gonna see the move out of the army. Is there a scan? Nope.
Damn.
Yeah, Daytisi's like he's a little pent up at home, I guess. Like he can't really move out. Like this is the problem with DTs is once there's DTs on the map, you can't really move out because there's a fear that you're gonna get run by, and they can just do they can do a ton of damage. Like there is actually a chance for Dark Templar to do a crazy amount with a planetary and the mass repair and the missile turret though. It should be mostly fine. Daytisi should be feeling relatively safe. And looks like he's going to try and take out the 4th base. If there is some pretty juicy Disruptor shots, Daytisi's got to be careful here. Let's see how his micro is. Oh man, that was a little overstint, but pretty awesome actually. Okay, Disruptor shot kind of whiffs the second one. The first one looks like it hit. And while I don't think that was too good for Daytisi, his army supplies... Oh no, he's just got a ton of more workers. Micro Jackson's not making workers. Okay. Micro Jackson has decided that, what is it, 68 workers are the perfect amount.
Man, that can't believe that one DT still hanging on. Is that Zeratul?
Yeah. Is that a pro DT?
Is that a pro DT?
I kind of like how Daytisi's, like, it kind of... Okay, I don't like the second scan. I was just going to say I like the first scan. I mean, because you scan to see if there's, like, a Dark Templar or something blocking the landing there. It can be quite common and annoying to deal with. But I think the second scan was a misclick. Oh, what? Micro Jackson blocking the bottom corner, which hypothetically would be what he was looking to take, because, like, you know, you rotate down there. But,
yeah.
He's blocking it, so if I can't have it, then no one can have it, he's saying. Okay, chance for huge Disruptor shots. It's pretty good, I guess. You take what you can get. Nice focus on that other Disruptor, though. Did I just hit? No, I didn't. Yeah, so I like that Daytisi's starting to get Liberators. You kind of need those Sky Tanks to start zoning even better than really what he's had. Oh, and there you go. There's the Dark Templar blinking onto the Planetary Fortress and killing it.
Damn.
and potentially a ton of SCVs. And now this is just going to kind of get to like a chaotic, crazy style, honestly. Like that's going to be...
Yeah, we've reached the tipping point.
Like, I personally, I don't think that I hate these games. Like, we talk about this all the time. I hate these real long games. They're tiring. They're annoying. I want to play more than one game a night, you know, like when I do play.
Oh, I
So
get it.
when I get like into the later games and stuff, I normally get way more tired and everything. So I don't have a ton of experience with this. But some people believe like this is like the peak StarCraft. Like this is what StarCraft's got to be, you know, like large
late
armies
game.
out on the map. Yeah, exactly. Like large
Yeah.
armies out on the map, multiple run-bys. Great
Ooh.
scan. That was amazing.
Damn. How did he know that was there?
Saw the little shimmer, I guess. Now the second
guess so,
scan
yeah.
is a little bit of a waste, but he's got a third scan, so
The third scan.
I mean that is like 900 minerals if you're looking at mules. But DayTZ's got the bank that it doesn't really matter. So
Will we see the push?
the disruptors are actually to the they're away from the army. Okay, great EMPs. Potential to have huge. That was pretty good disruptor shots on the ghost there. DayTZ got to focus them down. Oh, that was a nice little pathing, or maybe he did it on purpose. But the structure of the map actually kind of like split his army really well for him. I can't even get this all in the fight here. So the disruptors are like totally A move. So DayTZ could like pick up all of them, but all the medevacs are gonna die. Not all the medevacs, but a lot of the medevacs died as well. So it's kind of just like a army resetting fight to an extent. DayTZ lost all his ghosts. I don't know if he's gonna go for more of them, and almost all the disruptors are dead. Micro Jackson is being really cheeky here, and it pays off. That was a huge shot. He's 100% worth losing that. That was like 13 bio units.
Damn.
And he's remaxing on entirely stalkers. I don't know how much I love this solely by itself, because I think charge lots are a really strong unit. Charge lots and DTs. He is Micro Jackson is lacking in gas though, which makes sense because Protoss units are very gas heavy. Might be almost time to take another base, perhaps. There is the Rich Vespine Geyser. Oh, but he's not going to take that one. He's going to take the base to the north of it. And yeah, you know what? I can't remember what our longest game this season is. I definitely remember in season one guy, P and Keel, played like a BC turtle mech for like 40 something minutes, and it was only game one. So then the guy had to, like, his opponent had to play him another game or something. And I was like, that was such a, you know, that was a really good, a good tilting strategy, I would say, because it's so frustrating to play against turtle BC mech. I hate it. I hate it so much. I was feeling for the opponent, who I believe was Dark Emil, but I don't remember exactly now. But I remember Puna casted it, and I was like, I'm tired after this, and I didn't even play in it, you know, like.
Yeah.
Wasn't
there was a point when really that was all I was facing on the ladder.
Oh yeah.
But I learned. I mean, I think at a point I was playing against it pretty well.
Yeah.
You know, down in Balsa League where I'm at, but. Yeah, I mean, and then the rest is history, because I don't play StarCraft anymore.
Yeah, so DayTZ rotated away there, which, I mean, obviously we saw, but Micro Jackson didn't necessarily see, and he's setting up these Liberators, but I don't know, I mean, I think just Stalkers are going to have a hard time engaging this, because, I mean, Stalkers are not great against like super upgraded bio, which I'm assuming DayTZ has. Yeah, he's got 3/3.
Yep.
The Colossus definitely do a good job of kind of taking out this army, because DayTZ doesn't have the air army really to deal with it. And yeah, I mean, I think he's going to try and pick up as many of these disruptors as possible, but I don't even know if any one of them died there. Still 4. Since I've last looked down, DayTZ's actually lost the worker lead, and he's lost probably to the DT run by. And I think this counterattack from Micro Jackson makes a lot of sense, to be honest. DayTZ,
what else do you do 22 minutes into the game, right? Like,
yeah. Well, I think more run-bys probably would be good. I guess bases are relatively well defended, so it's kind of hard to run by. Oh, I didn't even know this base was up here. So this is
I
going to be a
didn't.
nice pick off for Micro Jackson because there's no way DayTZ is going to be able to heal through that. Looks like DayTZ is going to try and fight it. That was a huge disruptor shot. I think this game's starting to swing towards Micro Jackson a little bit. The way he's being able to deny bases and kill SCVs.
I'm with you on that one.
As much as I would love to see my Terran brothers, well, go through the tournament because I feel a lot better with those matchups, just like talking about them.
Sure.
So these Liberators are going to get... Okay, I thought they were shift queued. Luckily, they're not. The Ghosts... Okay, everything's going to get hit by those cannons a little bit, and then they just leave. They're like strong Belethos from Game of Thrones.
I
Nice.
don't remember who that is.
That's the Khaleesi's pit fighter that lets his opponent cut him once before he kills them.
No, I don't remember that. That's wow.
It's in the
That's pretty
book,
niche,
I'm
I
pretty
think.
sure.
Okay.
I thought. Okay, wait. This fight actually went so bad for Micro Jackson as we're talking about Game of Thrones.
I'm pretty surprised.
I think it's because he fought under the lip zones, and the Liberators have 3/3 upgrades. Actually, when is the last time you see that?
died so fast though. Like, I thought those Blink Stalkers took them out quickly, but obviously I was mistaken.
Yeah. Wow. Actually, is DayTZ doing this? I can't believe we were talking about strong Belethos while DayTZ's just destroying Micro Jackson. Like, wow, that was such an unfortunate engagement. I don't think that Micro Jackson's necessarily broken yet. Like, even that blink's not great. Oh, shoot.
No, this combination of like the lib zones and the concussive shells to deal with stalkers that try and blink in and then run away is actually super effective at the moment.
Yeah, no, DayTZ's playing this really well. And even kind of clumping up his units there so that the charge lots are... actually, the charge lots are cleaning it up pretty well.
They're doing a lot of damage.
I don't think there's any DTs there. But, I mean, Micro Jackson's supply now drops below 100. And he doesn't have like a huge bank, but he's got a lot of gas now. Okay, that was a pretty big Widowmine shot, actually.
I think, yeah. I don't want to. I think it's this game's taking a dip. I don't know if DayTZ recognizes the position that he's in right now.
Well, I'm trying to think, like, I don't know.
But of course he does.
What about the position? Like, what would it necessarily see? Like, I guess the fact that the units are definitely coming in less and less waves. You know, like, everything's that much more expensive for Micro Jackson because he's just got such little units and he's trading so inefficiently right now. But he's got a little bit of static D at each base. Like, I think it's going to be hard for DayTZ to kind of finish this one off unless he gets onto Micro Jackson's production. But, like, even that, like, so DayTZ is running up, Super Battery gets used, but unfortunately not on that pylon, and I guess that kind of takes care of all of the static D that was here. Archon's pretty good units. They don't cost anything additional if you already have, like, the DTs or High Templars lying around. And yeah, I mean, DayTZ's almost doubling Micro Jackson's supply. Oh, and Micro Jackson is feeling the need to point out DayTZ's lack of playing. Question mark, definitely good. Definitely good. I think someone's tilting.
Does he think... I think he's under the impression that maybe DayTZ's older brother is playing for him or something? Like, is that what we're seeing?
Oh, I mean, it's easier to just say, like, I'm not losing to DayTZ, who is how many MMR? Oh, DayTZ clapping back. I did not know this happened, to be honest.
Oh, jeez. So, like, how did he... How do you tell another player's elo while you're in game?
You can't, but he would have looked at it beforehand.
I understand, yeah.
So I guess DayTZ's saying, are you really 4.5? That's how I would interpret that. You know, because I mean 4.5 is pretty high, but losing to a 3.8 that hurts, man. Like losing to people that much lower than you does not feel good.
But everybody has a bad game. I
Yeah,
mean,
and I don't even think this was a bad game by Micro Jackson. Like I think
no,
DayTeasy just played really well, and he was doing a really good. He had a really good run in the DLC, and Micro Jackson actually so impressed with DayTeasy's results there that he forgets the GG.
yeah, it's sometimes easy to forget.
Uh, and that's
Damn.
DayTeasy moving on to game or to the round of 16. Congratulations, DayTeasy. That was the underdog if I've ever seen one.
Very good games for both players.
Yeah. So GG forgets, but I mean, now we're moving on to Oxide. Okay. So I'm gonna do this one. Spawning in the bottom left, the blue Protoss playing for Legion the Dark Side. It is a legacy. I don't know why I did that.
And spawning in the top right, the red Protoss. You know him. Lu Bu Hausen. What does IMDSI stand for?
I don't know. What do you think?
Um, I might die, so I don't know.
Oh, nice. Uh, so a legacy was messaging in chat recently that his daughter was feeling ill. So I hope that his daughter is feeling better. And yeah, both of them doing a gateway expand, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Builds are looking very similar, but a legacy is kind of placing his
Almost.
buildings in a slightly weirder position. I don't know this matchup super well. This is just the last one that is not on the old patch, so that's really why we're casting it. And well, anytime we can cast a legacy, of course. Such a friendly, nice guy.
He is a nice guy.
So Lubuhausen takes that extra gas, but I don't. I imagine that he probably doesn't plan on fully saturating very quickly. Yeah, he's going into gas. Core, core. Both of them go core, and then I also wouldn't be surprised if we see the Nexus, but Lubuhausen is blocking a Legacy's Nexus and is actually currently up a worker, but down a Chrono, which seems like it's something that we could say, but you know, I don't honestly don't actually. I don't know this matchup all that well. A Legacy has yet to like try to block the natural, and Lubuhausen built that Zealot, which a Legacy did not. So I guess maybe that's like a Legacy's consolation here. He's gonna take the natural as his, or the third base as his natural. And I feel like if Lubuhausen just kind of sends that Zealot, no, actually, there'd probably be a Stalker already. Yeah, never mind, I take that back. So yeah, I think this position is fine for a Legacy. But Lubuhausen getting that Stargate faster, and a Legacy going for a Robo. Maddie, you speak Spanish.
I do not.
I do not. Oh, hi, Spanish. So yeah, I don't know. Oracle coming out of Lubuhausen. Oh, and this. Oh, nice block. I don't think Lubuhausen meant to finish this shade. I feel like this is gonna. Oh, maybe I actually won't die. Stalker DPS is trash. A legacy though, properly pulling away that the worker that was gonna get just owned by that adept, and yeah, you know, it's looking pretty good. Okay, how much damage do you think this Oracle's gonna do? Because I'm pretty sure it's been unscouted so far.
It's gonna get 2 probes, 3.
Oh, immediately pulling the probe. So like that in itself is damage, you know?
Yeah,
But it
sure.
looks like there's 3.
Do I see 4?
Yeah, there's a fourth one.
4.
And because the natural is not at the natural, that's more damage because they're actually not mining efficiently even after that. You know, like
Sure.
so then the scan and Lubuhausen has built this pylon, and it looks like he's getting ready to proxy something, but I'm not sure exactly what he would be proxying here. I wonder if he's going to proxy extra Stargates and then try to win on like a Phoenix War, but a Legacy's not building a Phoenix, he's not even building a Stargate, so I'm kind of interested to see what sticks, what is going to be built there, what sticks around, things like that. Lubuhausen's actually not building Phoenixes anymore either, so... Oh, the Dark Shrine. It's a Dark Shrine.
Dark
Yeah.
Shrine. Yep.
So maybe gonna catch a Legacy off guard with a little bit of cheeky shenanigans. But he's got a Robo, so I mean this really is best case scenario for a Legacy, right? Other than like if he already had a Forge and cannons in every mineral line. Yeah, I don't know. It's a little strange because, like, you can even see Lubuhausen is killing his warp gate, or not his warp gate, sorry, his Stargates. Like, he really doesn't intend to use this anymore.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, 'cause this is a full wall, so he built this
Sure.
a full wall, and then when he wants to move out on the map, he destroys it.
Takes out the Stargate.
Yeah, I think I saw Hearthstone do this in one of his most recent games, or one of his most recent series or something. A Legacy, on the other hand, is double Immortal dropping, which I imagine has the potential to do a fair amount of damage because, you know, Immortals actually do a lot of damage to buildings and...
Will the Warp Prism see the Dark Shrine?
Oh, let's see. A Legacy does see it. Yeah, he sees it, and he's actually going to drop there, too. So, Observer starts and is immediately chronoed, definitely the right call. And I mean, going for this gateway doesn't actually necessarily do anything about the DTs. You have to actually kill the Dark Shrine. Like, even if it's unpowered, you can still get more.
Oh, that's interesting.
But hey, you know what? Actually, pretty good defense here by Legacy. Lubuhausen's gonna recall those DTs so they don't die. I like it. Oh, and then a Legacy's gonna recall so that his Warp Prism doesn't die. So hey, pretty good moves on both sides there. A Legacy's third Nexus, even though it's on the natural, is about halfway done. Lubuhausen slightly further behind. A Legacy with a little bit of supply lead. Oh, Lubuhausen with a big gateway boom. Scouting around. Lubuhausen knows about a Legacy's third base, but a Legacy doesn't know about Lubuhausen's third base. So, I don't know. Like, I'm assuming that a Legacy can probably guess that that's there, but it's still just kind of would be nice to confirm. Adept in the natural, getting... Oh, that shield battery kicked in right at the right time. That Adept gets owned, and yeah, Lubuhausen's on a mostly gateway army actually. Hasn't built anything from his Robo other than 2 observers. One which is over his army, one which is kind of going to the, I don't know, south side of the map. And I feel like, I don't know this matchup super well, but I kind of feel like a Legacy could walk across the map and do a fair amount of damage here with... He's only got 2 Immortals, actually. I wonder if this is normal. Get a couple Immortals and then switch to Archons. What do you think, Maddie?
I have no idea. I don't... I guess, so that's what Lubuhausen's doing right now?
It looks like they're both kind of doing it, but a Legacy's
both
mining gas. Now he is. Okay, I imagine that was a bit of a mistake because Protoss units other than the Zealot are so gas extensive, but I don't know.
Sure.
Lubuhausen comes in to check to see if there is a fourth base, and the fourth base literally just goes down, so the DTs probably could get a little bit of a cheeky cancel on that. Where's the observer? There's only one observer, and it's with the army. So Lubuhausen's actually pulling a Legacy apart here. You see there's Dark Templar in the natural, and Legacy's army has to fight Lubuhausen's army on the third base, or natural.
Right.
Where did those DT go? Okay, well, big fight, or not even big fight. Nice, very nice moves here by Lubuhausen. I think this might be a little bit too much damage for Legacy to come back from. Like, he could always just try to, like, counterattack, you know, like go and base trade or something, but I don't even know. Let's see. Blink is not even finished for So, yeah, Blink's finishing right now. So, actually, I think this might just be Lubuhausen's game.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to agree on that point.
So Legacy's going to hang out and just kind of defend the natural if Lubuhausen chooses to move up there. Because now he does have Blink. His army's going to be a little bit more mobile. Lubuhausen just warped in a ton of Templar. Oh man, there's way more Archons. He might just try and shove his way up this ramp, and it looks like he's going to. Is there any skill battery? Okay, there's the skill battery goes down, and it's doing a pretty good job of keeping these Stalkers alive, but I feel like with Focus Fire, Lubuhausen would absolutely be able to one-shot through this. And I guess that's just what we're seeing here. Even Blinks on it, GG gets called. We're moving to game number 2.
Good game.
I was very proud of this this darkness screen, even though I couldn't make it all fit, you know. But I just thought it was a pretty funny meme.
I think it's pretty funny. I don't remember what is up. Who actually said
the same thing? Don't listen to this man. It's like I think it's during during the storm or something, and Millhouse's dad is like, "Let's beat him up and take his stuff," you know. So I just changed it a little bit. Okay, so currently up 1-0, playing for I'm dank, so I win or whatever. It is Lubuhausen.
Like that, you added the extra W in there, and in the bottom left, the blue Protoss, a Legacy.
Now, a Legacy has a bit of a curse, unfortunately, in the LMSL, because he does pretty well in other tournaments, but he hits Roy a fair amount and then doesn't seem to make it out of the group in the LMSL. So I would love to see a Legacy make it out of the group and then not have to hit Roy again until, like, the finals even, because they were in the same round of 32 group. But, yeah, I don't know. With the way that Lubuhausen pulled him apart in game number 2, I'm not really sure here. A Legacy is actually cannon rushing, only just noticing that now. And, you know, I've never thought of him as a cannon rusher. I don't think I've ever seen him cannon rush before, but I do love some spicy cheese, so let's see how Lubuhausen holds this. A way to hold cannon rushes is to get a Forge of your own. Now, Lubuhausen has chosen not to do that. A Legacy doesn't want to lose that probe, but unfortunately did. So no high ground vision is going to be given except for the probe that's there. So a Legacy has to really make sure that he doesn't lose this probe. I think what I've been seeing, because Hearthstone has a series right now called the Cheesiest Man Alive, which is very fun to watch. And what people do occasionally when he's cheesing them is that they actually just proxy Void Ray him anyways. And Lubuhausen has a probe on the map, and I don't think this is going to be for a cheeky ninja base. I think this is going to be maybe for some other sort of proxy. These stalkers are actually not going to get out. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Oh, but there's another.
There's a second pylon.
Yeah, I can't see. I'm an idiot. I can't see.
I don't think you're an idiot, Jeff. Everyone makes mistakes.
So there's no high ground vision, and actually this one is not good for a legacy.
Ooh,
Because, like,
oof.
he left, right? So there's no high ground vision, so this is just going to be an easy cleanup. And I think it's going to be no more DTs with this Twilight Council going down here. I'm assuming that this is going to be proxy for DTs. That's just my guess. But a legacy is actually, like, beelining it over there. Oh, he's going to see the pylon go down here. Oh, did he see it? Did he see it? Yeah, he saw it. He saw it. Yeah, okay, so a legacy sees it, but did Lubuhausen see a legacy? It's actually really funny that these probes are just, like, patrolling near each other. So legacy immediately goes for Stargate, and Lubuhausen goes for the gateway with Blink. So it looks like it's just going to be like a really dedicated one Gaze Blink. And a legacy is building his own proxy pylon with his own gateway. Man, Protoss players just don't build things in their bases, am I right?
Yeah, it seems like they place things anywhere but.
I'm assuming that this Stargate's going to be for defensive Void Rays, especially with the shield batteries up the ramp for a legacy. And I would think, like, this low ground pylon almost makes me think that Lubuhausen's going to expand, but, like, he's moving aggressively across the map with his stalkers. He's got that proxy gate set up. Like, I really don't think this is going to be anything but just trying to shove as many blink stalkers as possible up this ramp. Maybe he's hoping that a legacy's expanded? I even like the... what do you call it? I even like the sentry here.
Yeah. So what do you like? What do you like about the sentry here?
Well, the sentry has the ability to cut off the ramp, you know. So like,
Oh yeah.
now,
Keep the void ray at range, I guess.
yeah, now a legacy is supply blocked.
Oh boy.
Blink is basically finished, so that could have been a completely dead. That could have been a totally dead void ray. Now, but legacy doesn't know that he has blink, so like, if he, okay, now he does. Now he does. But that was actually some pretty sick blink control there. And then selecting all of them, not as sick. But, you know, still something, right? Still pretty good.
Sure. Yeah. You gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, and a Legacy's going for a proxy base. Like a ninja base, sorry. Not proxy base, a ninja base. And Lubuhausen's base is actually slower than Legacy's. So a Legacy taking a little bit of an economic lead here. While Lubuhausen's stalkers don't really find any damage, and probably thinks that he's actually ahead right now. Like, he's checking around. You know, he's right now he's going to the corner base, and
Yeah.
maybe because he's got his gateway, like, just left of a Legacy's base, he thinks that, like, if the base was there, he would have seen it already, because, like, he's controlling that watchtower for so long. He's controlling the, you know, that base, and a Legacy's gonna send Void Rays over. This is actually just a hilarious game.
Yeah. I don't have any idea what's going on.
I mean, that's why it's so funny, right? Is like, you're not the only one. Like, I also have no idea
Sure. Yeah.
what's happening, and it's funny, and like, I'm imagining, like, you're Lubuhausen right now, and you're like, okay, my opponent's on one base, I'm ahead, right? Like, I don't have anything, I don't have to do anything. But actually, he's really vehemently looking for this base here, and I think he is actually going to find it, and that's, oh no, he turns around. Oh, Lubuhausen. Yeah,
Oh.
fine. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Like, unfortunate for Lubuhausen, good for a Legacy, obviously. And yeah, like, because you can't, like, so basically his Blinkstalker build, he wants to put pressure on a Legacy's base. As far as he's concerned, though, Legacy doesn't have a natural base. But he does. It's just hidden. Which Lubuhausen doesn't quite see, but now he does. Okay, so he could think that he's technically on slightly more, or I guess slightly better ground than a Legacy is. When really he's on a slightly less than advantageous economic position. Slightly better because he's got a little bit more probes mining. Oh, wait, he's got way more probes mining. Oh, because Legacy is long distance mining. That's why.
Oh, I see. Yes.
But once, yeah, now it should be a little bit closer. A Legacy's missing. Maybe he doesn't have a Nexus hotkey or something because he's not. Now he's doing 3 at a time. And yeah, this has turned into a little bit of a different game here with this proxy base, proxy base and double gateway, 3 pylons. Legacy setting up shop. Like this is just sooner or later he's gonna expand towards it, and then he's just gonna own the entire bottom of the map.
You mean like to close the gap between his
Legacy,
bases right now? Yeah.
I mean, I don't like because you already have that like corner. You might as well. Like I don't actually think that that's good.
Sure.
You know, like if with Protoss it's probably a little bit different, but like as Terran, I normally take my 3rd base where Lubuhausen has taken his, and then I take my 4th base like to the other side of the natural, and then my 5th base I take the one that's towards a Legacy's proxy base. That's how I would expand if I was Lubuhausen. So now Lubuhausen sending double hallucinated Phoenix to the same place, so he really, really wants to make sure that he sees it. And I think that is actually kind of been a little bit more institutioned into like the meta because people try to deny scouting so much, so you send a second one to just really make sure that you get through and see everything. Now Legacy's not actually trying to really deny this, so Lubuhausen saw basically all there is to see as far as he's concerned. And there is a chance that maybe eventually he'll fly over that ninja base, but I like how a Legacy's like committing to it like perfectly, where you don't defend it at all, because if you defend it then it looks suspicious. Like you have your entire army defending as if that's your 3rd base and your natural, protecting those areas there, because if you draw attention to your base then you have to try and defend it or give it up, and just in this situation never acknowledging it essentially means that it'll never get found. Not me, Maddie?
No, not really. Sorry.
That's okay. So Lubuhausen's moving out with his army. It looks like he wants to try and put some pressure on a Legacy's 4th base. Or, I guess it would be his 4th base, yeah. And the 3rd base location.
Yeah.
I don't know whose army is better, honestly. I don't know this matchup all that well. Like, Void Rays are good against Stalkers. Immortals Archons are good against Charge Lots. Or just normal Zealots? No, they are Charge Lots. A Sentry for good measure, but it looks like Lubuhausen just has too much. Void Rays are not focusing down the Stalkers. That was a pretty aggressive blink forward here. Yeah, I think Lubuhausen's macro just is a little bit stronger than Legacy's here.
Yeah, looking like he's gonna take this fight rather handily.
Yeah, nice blink under there, really ensuring that these Void Rays are gonna die. Cancel this base, and Lubuhausen could even just go home if he wanted to. I don't think he has to, but he doesn't know how much army Legacy has oh, he does, because he's got an observer over it. So yeah, I think Lubuhausen could just go home if he wanted to. Could go through, but he's taking another base too. Like, Lubuhausen's in such a good position here. Big warp in and charge lots. I think he is going to try to push a Legacy's natural here. A Legacy does have a super battery, but he doesn't have any battery to use it on. And we'll have to see how this engagement looks. Nice blink forward, focusing down the Immortals. probes get pulled, but I think the moment probes getting pulled against Archons, things are a little too late, and GGW0 gets called, and that is Lubuhausen moving on to the round of 16.
Congrats to Lubuhausen.
Nice. So how you feeling, Maddie?
Uh, I'm a little tired. How many would we
I think we'll
Is
end it
this
here
the
because the other ones are on the broken replay, and
okay?
I'm really sorry about that, everybody. Like, I didn't realize that this was a thing, and I mean, it's kind of frustrating and everything. But like, next week we'll try to have like a really good stream that has more replays casted because I don't know, it's just a little frustrating. So, thanks for watching, everybody. I really appreciate it. Sorry for not realizing about the new maps. It's annoying and everything, but you win some, you lose some. Maddie, anything you want to say?
No, thanks. Thanks again for everyone and great games from all players today.
Yeah, we will be back next week, and yeah, well, the groups are going to be announced right after this. I already made them, but I'll just do it in the Discord. So, goodbye, everybody. Have a wonderful day.
The camping spot we went